what's up, guys? Dale Valor here from Modern Valor Dating. Listen, one of the things that comes up a lot in our Facebook group and on IGTV and things like that is in a relationship context, how to navigate through that relationship. And that's cool because, yeah, we're here for dating and game and all that kind of stuff too. But when you're into a relationship, it's a different type of game, man. And so look, here's the deal. There's all kinds of different relationship styles, and then inside of those styles, it's up for you and the girl that you're with to decide what makes the most amount of sense for you. But what I want to do is I want to dive deep on a few different types of relationships and maybe some of the do's and don'ts and things like that, and kind of go through it in a general sense. Now, you may have a specific thing in a specific relationship that this doesn't touch on. Maybe it does. We're going to find out. But the thing is, look, man, I think a lot of guys, before even getting into a relationship, they idealize what it's going to be like, and it doesn't turn out like that. And there's a lot of bumping of heads and things of that sort. And so I want to try to help smooth that out for you as best I can, all right? So we're going to hop into that right now. Let's get it. Hey, guys, wanted to take this quick time out just to remind you, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. You are doing yourself a tremendous favor if you do that. Why? Because if you're getting value out of this content, which I truly believe that you should be, how else are you going to see it on a regular basis in the most convenient way possible? But to subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff, man, because look, we want to be able to get these videos to you in a timely way. So listen, subscribe, man, hit the notification bell, leave a comment on something that you want us to cover, or you want to continue the conversation moving forward about what we're talking about in the video. You can hit that thumbs up button, share it with somebody that you know needs to see it. And I know that everybody watching this has somebody who could benefit from this information. So please share it out there. All right, we're going to hop back into the video. Let's get it. Number one, a monogamous, run-of-the-mill, standard relationship. See, here's the deal. I talk to so many guys who are like, I'm learning game. I'm getting good at this. I want to get with as many girls as possible. But what they tell me generally is at some point they want a long-term relationship. Then there's other guys that are like, I'm learning this skill set so I can get that girlfriend. I just want a girlfriend, man. Just a monogamous girlfriend that hopefully goes as far as it can go. And that's cool. There's no judgments there. What you want is what you want. All right, but here's the deal. Okay, so the problem that a lot of guys have when it comes to getting a girlfriend and having this monogamous relationship with her, and by the way, that's what most women want. Now, there's other relationship styles that women want and things like that, and that guys want too, and we're going to go into all those. But right now, this is the majority of people, okay? So that's kind of why I started off with it. But thing is this, man. It's about choice. It's about selection. See, your learning game so is that you can go out and have choice, have selection. Think of it like this. You go to a grocery store, all right? You go into the produce section. You got the apples and the oranges and the bananas. And over here you got the vegetables. You got the green peppers and the onions and tomatoes. And we'll say that you're there to get some green peppers, okay? So you go over to the green pepper section. There's 250 green peppers to choose from. You have selection. You have choice. You can get whichever one of those that you want. But you're not just going to take any green pepper. You're going to go through it. Okay, this one's got a black spot. This one's bruised. This one's rotten. Okay, here's a good one. Let me compare it with, see if I can find one that might be better. Okay, oh, you know what? This one's a little bit better. I'll take this one instead. See, that's the thing. You have as much choice as what's presented to you. You can choose which one makes the most sense. And this is no different, man. What a lot of guys do is this, man. They say, this isn't the last green pepper I had. The last green pepper I had was so awesome. this green pepper could never compare. Blah, I'll not take any green peppers. And that's ridiculous, right? So the thing is, what guys tend to do sometimes, if you've been in a relationship before, what guys do is they compare their past relationships to the current one or the one that they want to have. And so they idealize, say there was a girl that, broke your heart, but you thought she was perfect for you, but she broke up with you, she dumped you for whatever reason, justifiably or not, okay? What guys will do sometimes is put that idea of her on a pedestal. Not necessarily even her, just the idea of her. And any potential girl that he brings into his life, he's comparing with that idea of her. That's something that you want to stay away from because it's not fair to you and it's not fair to the girl. Here's what you should do instead. What you should do is look at your past relationships and what did you like about those relationships? Even a bad relationship, there's some good that can be extracted from that, okay? There's going to be something there that you can look at and say, I like this about this person. And this person over here, this relationship, I liked the way that she did this. Now start compiling that. And also the bad things, the things that you didn't like. So now you have a list of good qualities and bad qualities. When you go out, you can screen for those and see if, okay, this girl I'm kicking it with right here, she has 3 of those bad qualities, but only 1 of the good ones. So, this one ain't gonna work. I'm not gonna waste my time spinning my wheels. Even if she wants a relationship with me, it's not gonna work out, so why even go through that process? I'll just move on to the next one. All right, and that's the way that you should do it. All right, we're gonna hop into number 2. Let's go. Number 2, open relationships. All right, now, a lot of guys idealize this, and they say to themselves, if I'm gonna be with a girl, I have to be able to still get with other girls, okay? And that's an open relationship. Another open relationship style might be like, okay, I'm with her, she's able to do whatever she wants, I'm able to do whatever I want. So there's all kinds of different parameters that you can put on that as long as everybody's on board. Okay, that's cool. But here's the deal. One of the things that you really, really need to work through if you go that route is communication. All right, and communication is going to come up a lot throughout the course of this particular video. But the thing is, man, if you want that type of relationship style, what you want to do is you want to bring that up sooner rather than later. Do that in the vetting process. Do that in the dating process before you actually get into a relationship together. Let it be known that that's what you want, and that's what the requirements inside of that open relationship is what you want. All right, and see what you're flexible on and what is a hard limit for you. Okay, and she's going to do the same. Right? She's going to say like, well, this is okay, I'm down with that, but this is what I want out of this. Like, are you okay with her hooking up with other dudes? All right, because she's likely to want to do that. All right, now, not every relationship looks like that, but most cases, that's what she's going to want to do. If you're okay with that, okay, cool. If you're not okay with that, you're going to have to sort that out. All right, and it might not be compatible. It might not work for you, okay? But the thing is, you want to establish this sooner rather than later, because if you get into a monogamous relationship and you bring it up 6 months down the road, well, you already got a thing going, and she might not want to upset the apple cart here, and she might be a jealous type of person, and that's just not going to work. Speaking of jealousy, and we're going to touch on that a little bit later too, that's something you really, really need to screen for, is her level of jealousy, because if a girl is super jealous, this is never going to work. All right, it's just not, okay? But if she's at a reasonable amount of jealousy, communication then becomes super, super key. Do not hide things. If you hide things inside of an open relationship and she finds out about it, it's really, really gonna corrupt that relationship, okay? So make sure that you're upfront, honest with what you want, what your intentions are, and then from there on out, you live in honesty inside of that, okay? All right, we're gonna get to number 3. Let's get it. Number 3, poly relationships. It's similar to open relationships, but not exactly. See, And again, there's all kinds of different variables and standards and things like that and rules that you can make inside of your own relationship, of course. But in general, this is where you can have relationships. Not like a lot of times in open relationships, it's more of a, okay, I've got these friends with benefits or a random hookup or something like that. As to where poly relationships look like, okay, you are a guy, you have a girlfriend who's also has a girlfriend, which also might be your girlfriend. So kind of a triangle of sorts, okay? Or it could be you have a girlfriend, she has a girlfriend and a boyfriend, but you're only with her. You know, I mean, it could look like that too. You know, it could look any kind of way. But the thing is, it's really more relationship type based, as you know, as opposed to open relationships, okay? So here's the deal, man. If you're gonna be in a poly relationship and that appeals to you, know what you're comfortable with. We talked about jealousy before. This can become an ultimate form of jealousy, because if you're spending a bunch of time with a girl that's your girlfriend, or you're just dating this other girl and you're spending a bunch of time with her and you have your girlfriend over here, she may get super jealous of the time that you're spending. So you really have to juggle your time, and you have to be super, super on top of communication with this. Because, you know, what if you're in a relationship with this girl, you want to bring in this other girl, and these two hate each other? It's going to be a rough road, you know? So one of the things that you want to make sure that you do is communicate, communicate, communicate. Now, with a poly style of relationship, you have to really, really, really be time efficient, because having one girlfriend can take up a lot of your time. Having three, you know, can really put a cramp on your schedule, you know? So just be aware of that. Some guys are like, oh, that'd be awesome if I had like a harem of girls that are all my girlfriends. Well, okay, yeah, in theory that sounds great, but if your schedule is not open enough to give everybody the proper amount of attention that they're looking for, it's going to be an issue, okay? And it can contaminate the relationships that you have with all the other girls. If you're beefing with this girl and she starts beefing with these other girls, now these girls are beefing with you, you know, and so that's why communication is so, so, so important. You have to stay on top of it, all right? We're going to get into number 4. Let's go. Number 4, getting married. Now, you could have a wife that could fit in any one of these relationship styles, okay? If you screen for it and you communicate like we talked about, and it works out, she's down for it and all that kind of stuff, you could have a wife that works with any of these relationship styles. But here's the deal. If you have a wife or you're looking for a wife, it comes with a special set of standards. All right, now much like we talked about the monogamous relationship, that you have selection and you have choice, this comes to a higher degree, because there's going to be things that you're going to want to talk about that aren't the sexiest of subjects, man. You know, if that's what you're looking for. Look for somebody who is going to ride or die, that's going to have your back no matter what, and you put some trust into that, and you believe that that is the case, okay? Now, don't blindly believe it, you know, really talk it through. What would happen if you, I don't know, man, you got into a car accident, you're paralyzed? You know, is she going to stick around? Is she going to take care of you? If you truly, truly believe that, that should be some of your criteria. You know, what about if you're going to have kids? What's that going to look like? All right. You know, what's your path look like? What kind of, what's your purpose? What kind of goals have you set for yourself? Is having a wife going to be compatible with that? All right. I don't recommend you trading in your purpose to get married. Okay. I've rarely seen that work. Okay. Stay on your purpose and have somebody there that's going to be an asset to you. All right. So that's the thing. Also, if you're thinking about getting married to some girl, you know, what about where you're going to live? Things like that. What she's going to provide to the relationship. What does a wife role look like for her? You know, these are all conversations that you're going to need to have, because, look, you're going to be seeing each other every day, and you're going to be living together, and how you live, even stuff like that, man, your day-to-day routines. What is that going to look like? You know, is she messy and you're super neat? Are you messy and she's super neat? You know, like Are you going to be compatible in every single way? If you're not, it's probably not going to work, man, and it's probably not the one for you, okay? And that's okay. You can find somebody else. So just think of it like that, man. Selection, but the ultimate selection, all right? Okay, we're going to get into number 5. Let's get it. Number 5, monogamish, okay? So what does that mean? Well, look, what that means is basically you're monogamous with some exceptions, okay? Now, what I want you to do, though, before I get into that is, what is your preferred type of relationship? What are you looking for? I'd love to see you put that in the comments, man. I'd love to have a conversation with you about that and how you think that you're going to get there and get that kind of relationship that you want, okay? But here's the deal, monogamish. What monogamish is not exactly an open relationship, okay? Well, you're monogamous mostly. So meaning, maybe every once in a while, you pull a third girl in for a threesome. Something like that. You know, just bringing in an extra person every now and again. This other person isn't a girlfriend. This other person isn't a friends with benefits. It might be just a one-off, you know, things like that. That's monogamish. And I think a lot of people are pretty cool with that. A lot of people aren't. But the thing is, you know, you always see people out there looking for threesomes. The caveat to that, I guess the downside is, what you have in that situation is a lot of people who are unicorn hunters. What is a unicorn hunter? Unicorn hunter is hunting a unicorn. And what is a unicorn? A girl that will be with a couple, just as a one-off. And there's very, very few of those. And that's why it's called a unicorn, right? It doesn't exist. It's rare. You know, it's the mythology. It is hard to come by if you're in that type of relationship. But it is not impossible. You know, there's people that do it. And there's people who do it with succession. But most people do not because they really don't know what to do and how to do it and make it happen, okay? They just go around and put out stuff on social media sites looking for a third, and nobody says anything because, you know, maybe they want a stranger, somebody they don't even know, that there's not going to be any attachment to or something like that. It can be difficult to navigate that. So, but that is basically what a monogamish relationship is. Okay, and then obviously there's going to be rules and things like that inside of there, what you're comfortable with, what she's comfortable with, and that's where communication, again, comes into play. A little while back, we did a video on communication. We went really, really deep on it. Now, that was a theme in this video, but if you really want to go deep on how to communicate properly, what I want you to do is go to that video. We're going to link it up here. Go check that out, and I will see you there.